So there are a few things I need to tell you before we do the Ascension work. First, it has to do with acceptation, because we need to stop creating new wounds by accepting what's happening in our lives. And to be able to accept, we need to understand what accept means. You'll see that it is going to be a lot easier after I explain that. Sometimes we say, I will never be able to accept this in my life. And that is because we have associated the word to accept with to agree with. And so if someone is screaming at us and we are not agreeing with the way he's talking to us, then we do not accept automatically. But that's not what it means to accept. Let's take the opposite of to accept. It is to reject, to refuse. So you see that it has nothing to do with to agree with. So it means to welcome, to embrace, to unify, instead of to reject and to refuse. So even if someone is screaming at us and we are not agreeing with the way he's doing it, we can still welcome. That's how it happens. And we can still accept that's how it happens. It is to stop denying what happened. When we say, I did not want this to happen. I did not merit this in my life. What did I do to God to merit that? You did not do anything. You created it. And so, to stop denying what happened, it means to stop saying these things because it happened anyway. And it happened in the past, and you cannot go back in the past to change it. So it's easier if you say, yes, that's what happened. So you see how much easier it is to accept. Let me explain more about how we feel the energy so that you can go through the exercise that we'll do together in a much easier way. If you stay in your head, you won't feel anything. And the only thing that you will hear is your ego says, I don't feel anything. It is super dull. What am I doing here? I'm going to leave. And so that's the ego talking. And of course, if you stay in your head, your attention is where? In your head. So what are you feeding? The ego. So if you want the ego to shut off, it is to bring your attention somewhere else in your body. Breathe. Feel the air going through in your lungs. While you do that, do you hear the ego talk? No. So if you hear the ego talk, breathe. When we ask something to the universe, It's a quantity of energy, it's a thought. It's a quantity of energy that we send in the universe using the masculine energy, using the electric energy. The universe answers back right away, not in 2 weeks. If we listen. And that's why prayers have not been so successful. Because when we do prayers, we ask, and at the end, they told us to go to bed. And so if we do that, can we receive what we ask for? No, because we did not listen. And so we sent in the universe a quantity of energy, and so the universe answers back with a quantity of energy, what we ask for. So it is important that we listen so that we receive all that energy. And we need to listen to it until we have received it all. Because if we cut in the middle of the transmission, we cut the transmission and we did not receive all the energies that we needed, that we asked, and so it cannot manifest. So imagine that the magnetic energy, it's like circles that you have around you. And so when we ask something, we send electric signal in the universe, and so the universe sends us back electric signals. And it comes and it hits our circles. And it makes our energy vibrate. And so it vibrates in our energy inside and outside. So when your energy is vibrating inside of you, it means that you are receiving something. So you have to listen to that vibration until it stops. For those of you who have difficulty to feel that vibration, I hope you are able to feel your heart. Because that's another way of feeling what's happening in the energy. Remember what I said, that what's happening in the physical is a reaction to what's happening in the energy. And so what do you think happens with your heart? It's going to start pumping. As soon as you ask for something, it's going to start pumping hard. And it will go hard until it reaches the middle of the transfer. So it is a sign for you to know that there's the same amount of time left to wait and listen. And it will slow down very rapidly, and it will end very slowly. And then after that, your heart will revert to the normal beating. That's when you know that it's completed, that you received everything. We need to learn to go down more into the heart and listen to the heartbeat and to ask questions through the heart, because the intuitions, the communication channel, go through that. It's not the head that comes here into this life to have a physical experience. It's our soul, and our soul lives in the heart. So you have a totally new language to learn. The language of the heart. And so you need to go down in your heart more often and ask, for example, to your heart, make me feel what is yes, and make me feel what is no. And then you can ask question, and you will have the answer. That's how I receive telepathically my messages. It's not something I hear with my ears. I know that one day my ears will be able to decode everything that I receive through my intuitions, but right now, that's not how it is working. You have to start somewhere. So I just ask my guides, is there anything I should add to that before we start? It says no. So please go down in your bodies. Don't stay in your head. Be comfortable. The first exercise that we'll do together, and my guides told me it was very important to do with this group of people, it is to liberate the karmic debts. What are karmic debts? It has to do with past lives. So if you don't believe in that, I'm sorry. It has to do with the law of karma. And so what is karma? Is that what you do to others comes back to you. And when we talk about karmic debts, does it sound nice or not so nice? Not so nice. So it means that there are things that we have done to other people that were not so nice, that lack love for them, but obviously if we did that to others, lack love for us. So when we say that we do not do to others what we don't want others to do to us, well, the best way to learn is when we get others to do it to us. So these are the karmic debts. There are two ways of getting rid of them, is by living the experience of what we did to others, or liberating them as we will do it now. In order to liberate the karmic debts, I will need the presence and assistance of 3 beings or 3 energies. And if you listen to what's happening around you in the air, you might feel that the air is going to change at some point. You might feel more pressure, or you might feel that there's going to be things that will manifest around us as I ask for them to be manifested. So just be aware and listen to what's happening inside of you and around you. So I ask for the presence and assistance of the solar consciousness, which is the sun, to surround us with its energies so that we feel warm and secure under a golden dome of light. I ask for the presence and assistance of Archangel Michael so that he can put his energies into my hands to bring the energies of the karmic debts to the consciousness in his life, in his physical life.